Hola, espero estén muy bien. A continuación veremos un video para aprender a tocar la canción de Ocean Eyes de Billie Eilish en el ukulele. El video está en inglés, pues explica mejor y no usa términos tan complejos, solo chords, que significa acorde, y strumming pattern, que es el rasgueo que vamos a hacer durante la canción. Ahora, hablando del rasgueo, nos enseña a hacerlo de 3 diferentes maneras. La primera es muy sencilla, pues solo son rasgueos hacia abajo. La segunda es un poquito más complicada, pues va alternando rasgueos arriba o abajo y a diferentes velocidades. Entonces debemos poner mucha atención. Por último, más que un rasgueo, a la técnica que ocupa al final se le llama arpegio, que es tocar 2 o más cuerdas una por una con una buena fluidez y ritmo. Los acordes son muy sencillos, pero debemos practicar los cambios lentamente para poder llegar a la velocidad deseada. Veamos.
There are only 4 super easy chords for this song and there's no capo required. So let's go ahead and get right into those chords that we need. The first one is going to be a C chord. Then we have a D, E minor, and G. Now that we have those chords, we can move into progressions and strumming patterns. The progression stays the same for the entire song, so it's going to be C, D, E minor. You're going to do that a total of 3 times. Do G and C, then you're going to go back to the C, D, E minor for a total of 3 times again, and then you're going to do G, C, G, C. So now that we know that, I can talk about a couple different strumming patterns that you can use for this song. The first one that I recommend is single down strums. You're going to do 1 down strum on each chord. So going through that, starting on C, down, 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 and down. So you probably noticed that I'm not staying the same amount of time on each chord. On the E minor, I'm staying a little bit longer, and then for the G and the C, it's different from when I do C, D, E. Now, I could explain this super technical with all the beat counts and everything. However, I think it's easier to just listen to it and sing it out. Going through that, it would be C, D, E, C, D, E, C, D, E, then G, then C. And then for the second part of the progression, you'd go through that first part again 3 times. C, D, E, C, D, E, C, D, E, then G, then C, then G, then C. Just keep practicing that over and over and you'll get it eventually. I'll go ahead and put the lyrics of verse 1 along with that strumming pattern, that way you can see how it all pieces together. I've been watching you for some time, can't stop staring at those ocean eyes, burning cities and napalm skies, 15 flares inside those ocean eyes, your ocean eyes. A little tip that I think might help out a lot is if you think about the last G and C chord, the G is always going to be on ocean, and the C is always going to be on the lyric eyes. So ocean eyes, your ocean eyes. Going into the chorus, you can definitely continue to use those single down strums. However, I'm going to suggest another strumming pattern that picks up the song a bit more. Going through it with each chord, it's going to be down, down on the C, go to your D chord and do up, up, E minor, down, up, down, up, down, up. All together. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. A little bit slower. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Then when you get to that last G and C chord, you're gonna do down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. One more time. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So you have to hurry and switch to that C chord because it'll be ocean eyes. Now I'll go through it with the lyrics. No fair. You really know how to make you'll go into verse 2, which is basically the same thing that you've been doing because the progression is the same for the entire song. You could also use either strumming pattern of the single down strums or the one that I showed you for the chorus. However, I'm also going to show you a plucking pattern that you could use for the verses because I think it sounds really nice. This pattern is nothing too difficult, so don't get freaked out about it. It's literally just these two strings, 3 and 1, and you're gonna keep plucking those over and over. So 3 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 3 1. And it goes kind of fast, so that might be the only challenge there. But you'll just alternate between using your thumb for the third string and then your index finger for that first string. 3 1 3 1 3 1 3 1. So that's what you're going to be doing with your right hand, and your left hand is going to be doing the same thing as before, the C D E C D E C D E C D E C D E and G and C. Just keep repeating that. I know it gets a little bit crazy when this hand is doing motion and this one is also doing weird beat counts, but just keep practicing it over and over. I would recommend even practicing each motion separately. So stay on that C chord for a while and practice your plucking. And then also practice doing the chords with single down strums. That way you get both parts in your mind and then you can put them together. I'm gonna go ahead and play through the second verse with that plucking pattern. I've been walking through a world's gone blind. Can't stop thinking of your diamond mind. Careful creature made friends with time, left her lonely with a diamond's mind. In those ocean eyes, no fair. Back into the chorus. And then you would go to play the chorus a couple more times, and that's the entire song.
Perfecto. Recuerda que también puedes combinar los patrones rítmicos. Tal vez iniciar con solo el rasgueo hacia abajo, después hacer el arpegio en el coro y cuando vuelve a hacer la estrofa, hacer el segundo patrón que vimos. Eso ya es gusto e interpretación personal. Espero sea divertido y ojalá nos veamos pronto. Cuídense y muchísimas gracias.